Welcome to the map Fury and Deal in BFME2 The Rise of the Witch King in a 1v1 video commentary between two amazing players in a good against evil matchup between the green Man of the West player Solas and his opponent, the blue Goblin player Mr. Smug. So good against evil Goblin warriors versus the soldiers of Gondor. Who's gonna win it? It's a small map too. Fury and Deal is not a huge map. It's pretty short, so you can, get to the enemy side of the map quite easily, which should be kind of favoring the Man of the West faction, because I believe that Man army is a bit stronger in those all-out fights compared to the Goblins. Goblins are more about, kind of sneaking in, harassing the enemy, and looking for those hit-and-run plays, while Man is gonna try to look for this fight me or you die moments. Goblin Keef numero uno. And the Man player is going to build up the barracks, recruit the Rohan Spearman units, and go for the soldier right after. And he's now leading to the creep at the bottom left side. That's going to be the creep of the Vorks, which the pikeman can easily take without any problems. Give him all you have. And the creep is going to be for Solas. But the goblins might be able to steal it. Will they be able to do it? Oh, look, he doesn't want to take the risk though. Solas doesn't want to take the risk. He doesn't want to go for the 50-50 situation. He want to kill them first. But he got the last hit and also one actually buffed the money. What a giga chat. Smoky. Like, Solas wanted to make it sure that he doesn't go for the 50-50, but then he lost it 100%. Now, sometimes you need to be a bit more greedy, a bit more risky, no risk, no fun. And because he didn't want to take the risk, he got punished big time. I think that was not what Solas was intending to do. Stable up for the second production building for the Gondor Knights. That's good. Gondor Knights are good counter to the Goblin spam. And that's going to be the Goblin Keef number 2 into the Goblin Keef. No, actually not. 2 Goblin Keefs into the Fissure, into the level 2 immediately. And then going for the Spider Pit is the production building number 4. So he doesn't want to go for the ultimate spam. It's a good squad of soldiers and pikemen. It looks like a single unit, but there are actually 2 units at once. And also using the formation to protect the soldiers against anything. And the goblins are moving forward. I like the goblins design actually. It's a lot of goblins, but they are separated. Remember, you don't want to trample into too many of them. It will slow you down. And with their poison blades, they can actually damage you. Even though you are a counter to them, you want to go for the small trample. Like, go and then don't get slowed down. That's super important. That's going to be the Keef Pet's usage. And he's going to commit to the farm. The Gondor Knights are looking to trample into the enemy lines, but then pressing the S button to not get stuck into the enemy lines. It's super important. Otherwise, they will take a lot of damage in the turn. Even now, you can see the Poison Blades are doing a good job against the Gondor Knights. And that's a good fight still for the Goblin player. He was able to destroy one of the farms. It's very, very good. In the meantime, there was a counter push. But we see now the Cave Trolls being recruited. That's good. Cave Trolls also give you the option to hit and run and pressure the enemy farms over and over again. They also are a great counter to the Knights of Gondor. That's going to be the counter push now with the Rallying Call. And the tunnel in the front has no protection and will go down. Now the question is, how much more damage can he actually be able to deal with his Knights of Gondor? And who's gonna stop them? Because even though the Spiderlings are not bad against them, but in a 1v2 situation, especially if they're buffed, you cannot win this. With 2 Cave Trolls up on the field, all they need to do is avoid the pikemen. That's the only thing they need to do. Because everything else on the field, they can easily wipe out. Oh, the punch in the face. Take this. The 2 brothers, the twins, with their blue pennies. With their blue pants. And that's good. The Cave Trolls are faster than infantry units. That means they will always be able to catch them. But the Knights cannot be caught by the Cave Trolls. However, you can keep chasing them. So that means you can kind of block them. And they cannot really do anything. Because they cannot destroy the buildings super fast. And before they can deal enough damage, the Cave Troll will chase them or catch them, and they need to keep running away from them. I like the double cave troll technology too, because they will deal good amount of damage to the structures. They can also throw rocks from a very long distance and always kind of avoid this pikeman. That's why you need archers to counter them. Remember, the goblin cave trolls and like the mountain trolls from Mordor have no way of recovery, because they cannot eat an orc nor a goblin to heal up their HP. They can only throw goblins, but they cannot eat them. Big fight. Half troll swordman, that's a different situation. Man is kind of struggling. Spider pit. Level 2 as well, that's good. Now actually level 1. Only the goblin caves are level 2 for the faster production speed. But spider pit level 2 will also be good, because it will give you the option to recruit the goblin spider riders, which are good to counter the archers and soldiers of Gondor. The cave trolls are looking, but they will get shot a bit from the archers of Gondor. And they will stay low for a very long time. You need to get them to level 2 for them to recover their HP, you know, over time when they're not fighting. What you could also do is recruit some of the heroes, like Ilma, for example, could counter them. Even Eowyn could counter them. But look, the damage, if they get the chance to hit, they hit like a truck. But that means one of the trolls, potentially even both of them, will go down. One of them is gonna go down for sure. He might even be unlucky and knock down the other guy. Actually, Vess lucky in knocking down the archers upon the field. Now the knights are kind of chasing and forcing him to make a choice. Now he will turn and fight, because he can't really get away. And now the archer should be able to finish him. I don't know, that's gonna be close. But the Gondor Knights will not let him escape. Oh, actually still good micro from... Oh my god, he almost killed them all. Did he kill actually one of them? No, he didn't kill any of them. Both of the battalions have survived. And at the well, they will recover back to full HP very soon. But the Goblin player, Mr. Smock, is doing a phenomenal job in this game so far. I really like the playstyle of the Goblin player. He's putting non-stop pressure, and that's what the Goblin faction is all about. Man, it's a bit more campy, because you cannot really compete with the speed of the Goblins. Everything from the Goblins are just faster than your own units. Your infantry is super slow compared to the speed of the Goblin warriors or even the Spiderlings, for example. And here's a little bit of both, you know, the spam of the Goblin warriors, but also the quality of the half-troll swordmen. And that's, I like this actually a lot. Now we have the Goblin Spider Riders. I think they are also a good counter to the enemy Gondor Knights. And in order to counter them, you need to now recruit your mounted heroes. Like, for example, Eomer. Eomer is good because he will give you leadership right off the bat. And with his leadership, your Knights of Gondor will deal a bit more damage. And in addition to that, you will also be able to counter the enemy cavalry, which are, in this case, the Spider Riders. I mean, he's now busy defending those farms, that's super important. But in the meantime, the Goblins are untouched. Look at the minimap. The Goblins are, you know, kind of building. They are like builders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think 13 or 14 tunnels. That's why he's up to 925 command points in total. That's super impressive. And with these tunnels, he can teleport to any location he wants to. So he can fight here, get inside this tunnel, and then get from this tunnel out again out. This one is level 2, by the way. It's been there for a very long time. And that is the main reason, or the exclusive reason, why Goblins are able to do what they are doing. Like, that's very, you know, expensive army he's recruiting. The half-troll swordsmen are super expensive. Same also the cave trolls, and of course the spider riders as well. They cost $600. Goblin, half trolls, they cost 450. Oh, the spider allies have been summoned. Take them down. But they are actually dying super fast against archers. Like, I think that's what you need to do against goblins. Like, legit, your archers can counter almost everything from the goblins. But they cannot counter the Goblin Spider Riders. Let's go. And one more into the back. Oof, son. Oof, son. What a massacre. And again, right as they get out from the archer range. Oh no. The punishment. Huge. In the meantime, the counter push with a couple of pikemen and swordmen should be easily defended by the goblins and also the Haltral Marauders. Now the Spider Riders are turning to fight. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I think they need to retreat. And they will be retreating. That's a lone tower summon from the spellbook of the men. And he might put some units inside of that. But archer range is only level 1. In order to get to recruit strong units, you need to get it to level 2. Then you can recruit the Etherian Rangers, and I think their DPS is far greater compared to the DPS of the Archers of Gondor. Armory. He's gonna go for the level 2, that's good. Finally we hear Irma coming from the fortress, that's good. That's a good counter. Listen. The banner is good on the Half-Troll Swordmen because it will get them to level 2 and then they will unlock their charge attack, which is super good. That's a huge army coming from the top side. Offense is the best defense. Oh, can he go for the trample? He can go for the trample. Beautiful trample indeed into the backline. That's good. Now we have loads of knights versus loads of spider riders. Micro is super important. You want to avoid those half-troll marauders at all costs. If they ever get the chance to touch you, including your Irma when he's mounted, everything is gonna die in a second. But you want to go for the buildings exclusively, and that's why Irma is able to get free experience. And that's good. Now it's level 3. That unlocks the spear throw, which is a great counter because it deals splash damage. It's able to hit multiple units at the same time. And because he's killing a lot of stuff, he also is collecting lots of power points. But this army is gonna get this demolished. Charge! And you know what's great about Irma when he's level 4? Whenever you kill stuff like this, for example, you will get additionally rewarded by resources. I mean, it's not like a lot, but it's constant. 10 power points after the lone tower, which might be getting attacked now. Does he have rebuild from the spellbook? Yes, rebuild available. It's a maybe overcommitment. I don't know about. I don't have a good feeling about this. Oh, there comes the rebuild. Now he knows he cannot finish it off, but he will commit to it regardless. And still be able to take it down. The thing is, he lost a lot of units in exchange. And good micro from Solas, making sure that the archers are protected this time. That's super important. Now Irma is coming with his horses, looking to spear throw. Actually only hit one of them, that's super unlucky. But 13 power points collected on top of the lone tower, that's good. He is up to 525, his command points capped though. He cannot recruit any more units before building up more and more farms. It's easy to build them, but it's hard to protect them. Ooh, the Azog has been recruited too. Azog. Towers up on the field. They are not super tanky though. The towers are actually dying super fast to the Knights of Gondor army. Irma is level 4. Azog is level 1. Azog is a better duelist. But there is no more rebuild. And that's a level 3 farm. That means minus 100 command points in the bank for men. But it's not going down. Oh, the cloud break! Oh no! Oh my god, he saved it too! Cloud break stunned them all. Crazy. I mean, now he needs to finish this, no matter what. Because he went for the marketplace, he went for the Grand Harvest. It means these resources are gonna make him rich. Even though he has 650 command points, while you are at potentially 1000. The resources are looking great. 14 power points after the Spider Eye special summon. That's a huge army from Men of the West now. He has literally everything what the Man faction has to offer. Now going for the big rallying call play. Separating, but the Watcher is coming in clutch in wiping out. The buffed army or not, the Watcher could not care less. He's lucky that he moved with his horses, otherwise that would be a much bigger fiesta. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, but he will get out. The damage is kind of crazy though. These Knights of Gondor are hitting like a truck, but they also be getting slaughtered like a peeper. Forge blades on those dudes. Their damage is kind of crazy. The spiders summon for the second time. Their mission is to finish the job potentially and destroy this level 3 farm behind. Rebuild is still on cooldown. And he knows exactly what he's aiming for. Their only mission is to get there as soon as possible, commit to it and take it down. And this one is going to go for sure down. Even though the trebuchet are knocking them down on the ground. But it will delay, not deny. Azog is super low. Just be careful. I think the scavenge armor would have been a better choice compared to the forge blades. Because it's not about the damage you deal, it's about your durability, I think. But for that you need to get it to level 3, which he already did. And now he needs to invest only 1,000, which he doesn't have. He doesn't have the resources to do that. He's not super rich because he's giving upgrades to the army that cost a lot of resources. Azog is level 2, level 3, I mean, that's good. And that's a big W there for the Goblin player. Fortune has been used now.
Help! There are too many!
Help! There are too many! Azog, you need to fight. You cannot complain. You are the leader of this army of goblins. Going for the expansions around the fortress. Has collected 6 power points. Could go for the heal if you wanted to. The farms are being surrounded. He even went for the forge blades on the goblin warriors. I don't know about that one actually. I think that's a little bit of greed. Because the forge blades on the goblin warriors is more expensive than the goblin warriors on themselves. It's a level 2 farm, that's good if you can take it down. And it looks like he will go down. It will go down, I mean. 5. That game is super fast, by the way. The players are playing out of their minds. It's super fun to cast this game because there is a lot of action every single second. And I like that. Okay, finally going for the scavenge armor. That's gonna change a little bit. Forge blades, like the money of the blades or upgrades is depending, like the cost of it is kind of not static but dynamic. It kind of depends on what kind of unit you want to upgrade with the upgrade you purchase, you know? It's a bit cheaper on the Goblin Warriors, it's a bit more expensive, for example, on the Half-Troll Swordsman. Maybe even more expensive on the Spider Riders. Scavenge armor 250. So you need to invest 500 for the unit that is already costing 400. So with the banner, this unit is going to cost you 1,000. Okay, 1,000 resources. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, so it better pays off. With Boromir upon the field, here's the Horn of Gondor. Charge attack into the backline. That's great. Power is going to be built up. And this army is looking super, super scary. Now the man has good army too, but he has no upgrades. And also no leadership for the infantry army. For that you need to get your Boromir first to level 5. Or you need to recruit Tyrion, for example. That's also a possible option. He went for the heal, has collected 5 or 6 power points on top of the Cloud Break. He's 19 away. Look the damage against Boromir. Like bro, it's like no, not even like one shot. I'm telling you. Oh, that's not good. Do not lose your Goblin King. He's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Gorkil the Goblin King is no more. The calf is doing a good job from Solas. I really like that. I think what you want to do in those situations as goblins is you want to always keep, you know, 1 or maybe even 2 half-troll marauders in each of your tunnel or in your tunnel, and you can get them out wherever you want them to be out. Now he's gonna lose a builder too. He's trying his best to save it, building, canceling, try to stall because he knows the builders are very valuable. But man is kinda man has the momentum. Now he's killing another builder on the other side of the map. You can maybe save one of the builders, but you will lose another one during the same time. 12 power points collected for Solas, I mean for Mrs. Mock, and Solas has collected 10 power points after Cloudbreak. Rallying Call has been used. Thief Pads will be used to make the enemy units weaker. Look the damage against Eoma. Oh my god, the damage is kinda crazy. Hit him a bit more time and he would die. Legit, he would just go down. But he was lucky that he didn't get hit. Now, what is the counter to this? Now, what is the counter against this Gondor player who's running with his Knights of Gondor through the map, killing your heroes, trampling your Goblin warriors, and destroying your buildings? I think, like maybe Spider Riders, you have like a chance to catch them, or your own anti-cavalry hero, and in this case we are talking clearly about Shelob. Shelob is super tanky, the Knights will barely deal any damage to them, and also she's fast enough to have the same speed like the Knights, and whenever you get the chance to hit them, you will hit them very hard. Cloudbreak is so good, by the way. Cloudbreak, besides stunning the enemy units, by the way, if you don't know, also will heal every unit on the entire map from your team. Like in a 2v2 or 3v3, also heals your allied units, which is super good. It's healing and also stunning the enemy units. You know, it's super good in affecting the whole map. Boromir has been recruited or revived. Boromir against Half-Troll Swordmen or Pikemen. It's a fight you should not want to take, because the Pikes are super good against heroes in this game. Even in a one-on-one situation, as you have seen, Boromir would go legit down. No chance. I think you want to destroy this structure over here. Super important. Or go for the level 3 buildings. Boromir is still fighting, but this time he's fighting around the well. You know, has also the reinforcement from the Rangers. Gorkil is back from the graveyard. Izok is level 4, I think. It's gonna be the Skull Totem. Like a Tainted Land pretty much does the same thing, but also additionally to the buff, you also will become immune to the fear, which is good. Boromir is level 2. Izok level 5. And the Knights are doing what they are best at. Like running through the map and destroying everything one by one. 2.8k for men. It's great. Gorkil is super low. The Rangers and also the level 5 archers are actually melting everything they touch. The build is gonna get killed. The macro from Solas is on another level. He's doing a very good job. Even though the early game was looking really bad for him, EOD is gonna be unlocked now. Wait, what? Did you guys hear that? He summoned the EOD and we heard Aragorn talking about himself. I would understand if he would say, I summon you to fulfill your oath, but he just introduced himself. That was random, actually. I'm Aragorn, son of Arathorn. That's kind of weird. But here's the dragon summon. The layout is good. The layout is good. The EOD is gone. There's no more time. Maybe with the dragon summon and this army he has on the top side of the map, he has the chance to commit onto the destruction of this fortress. But remember, you're always playing against a man faction, and he has a rebuild. I summon. Oh, never mind. He had Aragorn. That was like he was recruited potentially. That's why he was talking. Okay, he's gonna fly now. Reposition himself. The layout is perfect. I mean, he has so much money, by the way. He could legit rebuild his fortress if he ever would lose it. I don't know why he was cash looting like this. He has 6.2k. Can't tell what the plan is. I mean, I know he can't recruit any more units, but still. Okay, he went for the armor upgrade on the fortress. That's a good thing. But both players are losing the whole map. The Watcher. I don't know about the Watcher. Like, maybe you should wait a second longer and let them pass so you could summon it underneath them, not in front of them. Ooh, bro, this guy just like, what? He destroyed legit everything. He destroyed everything. He destroyed every single production building in the entire game. Well, the build is coming, but man is so rich though. Like, he has 6.5k. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Cave Pets will go away very soon. Azok is level 5. Has the pillage with level 6. Oh, it hurts my soul to see this. It kind of hurts me when I see goblins with armor and blades getting one-tapped. And just like such a big waste of money. That's kind of crazy. I mean, the problem is that he has so many units up on the field, he cannot recruit any more units before he legit builds like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Like, he needs to be at least at 800 before he can recruit anything. It means he needs to now build 4 more farms. Oh my god, Azok, the one-man army killed Eoma.
I will collect their heads.
I mean, there was like famous last words. Right before they go down, I will collect their heads. This game is funny sometimes. Cloudbreak is a bit over. I think for me the win condition in this game was Cloudbreak play. It did very good. For man, winning him back to back 2 big fights. And creating this momentum which he held and even built up in the last 20 minutes of the game. And now we will see the downfall of the Goblin town. What can men do against such reckless seeds? Oof. Yo, you better get out, bro. Aragorn. I like this hero in BFME 1 so much, but I think he's so... Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's so underwhelming in Rise of the Lich King. Like, the amount of time he needs to swing his sword. Like, I know he's over 100 years old in the trilogy, but still, bro. Like, you can't be that slow. He's gonna summon the Wildman of Dunland on top of the enemy army. But I'm gonna try to explain you what I'm talking about. Watch this. 1. Okay, what do you guys think about this? Am I crazy? Or is he just hitting so slow? Like, he's hitting so slow that I feel like in a melee fight, before he can swing for the second time, I can run away from him. And before he can hit the second, like we are fighting here, for example, he's swinging his sword, and then the delay for the second swing of his sword, if I run right after the first swing, I would be here before he can swing his second time his sword. Maybe I'm kind of overreacting to that situation, but that's how it feels like, at least to me. Theoden has been recruited. Eowyn, Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf the Grey Wizard on foot. A little bit slow. And GG well played. It was a funny game actually, but I think both players did a phenomenal job. Smokey played super nice and hyper aggressive at the beginning of the game up till the first 15 minutes, but then he ended up overcommitting, taking bad fights, and then losing highly valuable, expensive armies over and over again. And then the main mistake or the main problem for him was to lose this game is because he couldn't find a solution to the Knights of Gondor, kind of riding through the entire map and destroying the tunnels over and over again. Maybe he should have just tried to play a bit more defensively by getting like 1 or 2 pikemen into the tunnels and then getting them out and trying to counter the enemy cavalry actively, because let's be real, the reason why men won this fight or won this game is because he was using this Knights of Gondor super effectively. And in order to kind of crush his win condition, you need to counter this with your Marauders or maybe with Shelob or of course Dragonlord. But I think Dragonlord was too expensive, but maybe she wasn't, because if he didn't go for the upgrades on every single Goblin warrior by giving them Forge Blades and heavy armor, he would be able to save up resources, because at some point of the time he had like the whole map dominance. Anyways, GG, well played. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, you know what to do. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.